Okay, guys, so instead of doing Jordan's revamp, today we're going to look at a backstory between ALAB and THIAGO's conflict. I said, last episode we talked about the explanation of what happened to Kimberly and Viola's conflict, and we didn't get a reason why they had the conflict for ALAB and THIAGO, and today we just found out the reason why they had a conflict. So today we're going to talk about more characters in this backstory between ALAB and THIAGO's conflict, which I did not expect this. Okay, let's just read it now. Live Mateo and Colin's backstory. Brackets my AU. Live's backstory is related to Elena and Aaron slash THIAGO's backstory. To get it, please read them if you haven't. Anyway, enjoy it. When Alab was born, his mother noticed something was off with him, but loved him just the same. He was born in a pretty nice neighborhood, with a medium house and two siblings, Mateo and Colleen. Problems in his life started when he was a very small child. When he tried to walk, he flopped and couldn't walk to the point where it got concerning. And it turned out that he was disabled. He couldn't walk for his whole life. He needed a wheelchair. Alab's grandma would always knit him sweaters, and he would wear them all year, even if it was hot. One day, a new person moved into the neighborhood when Alab was 12. His name was THIAGO. No one really knew anything about him. He was pretty mysterious. Mom, can I go out? Alab asked. I want to meet the new neighbor. His mother peered out of the door. Yes, she replied. There isn't any cars around. Bring Mateo with you. Why does he have to go? Alab sighed. He's annoying. Mateo, his mother shouted. Go with the lab outside. Okay, I'm coming. Went outside. Thiago was outside mowing his lawn. Mateo, let's see our new neighbor, said He looks a little sketchy. Mateo sounded worried. Come on, you wimp. Okay, fine. And you do not have to push my wheelchair, idiot. Okay. They went to Thiago's pathway to his house, where he was standing. Oh, hello, are you the new neighbor? Mateo asked. Yeah, I am, he replied. I'm a little busy right now. Can we meet later? I started to feel uncomfortable. This person emitted weird vibes. I can't really say. Uh, Lab started to speak. Thiago stared at Lab, his pupils small. Do you mind leaving my house? He said. Me, Mateo said. No. I know, the little disabled kid, he said, obvious disgust in his voice. Why me? Alab said. Then walked. Wish I could. That wheel thing will ruin my lawn. Get out. Come on, Mateo. Alab looked to the side. Mateo? Mateo wasn't behind anymore. Neither was Thiago. Thiago, what is he doing to my brother? Mateo! Mateo. So basically, Thiago took Mateo away. So that means we know that Alab is the good guy and Thiago's the bad guy. Lab wheeled himself away from the person's house into his own garden, and quickly called his mother. Mom, Mateo disappeared. I can't find him. What? Colleen was at the door. Colleen is Mateo's and Lab's sister. So Lab, Mateo, and Colleen are siblings. Mom shop. Mateo disappeared. What? You heard me. Please help me find him. Okay. They searched the neighborhood, but he was gone. He disappeared into thin air. What the hell? Colleen was worried. Mateo! I spotted a flash behind him. What? Oh my god, Mateo was on the sidewalk in a large pool of blood. The creepy man, Mateo cried. They did this. Who? Alab asked. He grabbed me and he got his lawnmower and he started to sob loudly. Colleen, do you have your phone? Alab asked. Yes, I do. I'm calling the doctor. After call mom. A few weeks later, Mateo was fine again. Thiago was on his lawn again. Looked sad. Alab was so Thiago did something to Mateo. He was on his lawn again. He looked sad. Alab was too blinded with fury, just looking at him to care. Alab was soon outside his lawn. Explain right now, he yelled. Diego looked at him. I miss you, Elena. Said, what? Please come back. He sobbed. You hurt my brother. Explain. Alab yelled. Diego ran back inside. What you? Back inside. Alab wondered. Who's Elena? Thanks for reading. will be continued soon, and the whole plot will come together. Also, this is the reason Alab and THIAGO hate each other. So this is the real story, guys. This is not fake. This looks like it's the real story because it said that Alab and THIAGO are having a conflict. Now, since it's let's see, let's go back to these two characters. So THIAGO, so Elena, so THIAGO likes Elena, and Elena left THIAGO. There's a really big point we need to talk about. So let's go back to Flickr. Let's go back to Flickr characters. Search it up. Flickr characters. This is a very big point. Now we need to go to Mateo. Because Mateo is the big guy. And Mateo is the most important one in the story. Actually, no, Elena is. But let's go to Mateo's backstory. Okay, Mateo. Information. Mateo is one of the male characters that appear in the game, Flickr in regular mode. He can be played when selecting male or random. Appearance. Mateo is depicted as wearing an ash gray button up denim jacket over a coral hoodie, cuffed to whitewashed jeans and black shoes. He also has brunette hair with his bangs swept off to the side and uses the anguished face. Trivia. Mateo is one of the 30 males that were added in the new characters update in the April 2, 2020 update. Yeah. Mateo means God's gift and slash or gift of God in Spanish. Mateo is one out of 5 characters with the anguished face. The others are Ash, Bailey, Lisa, and Mary. If you don't include Ash and Lisa, then it's 1 out of 3. Mateo is the only male with an anguished face. Yeah, Austin has the same frown, but Austin's has an angry face, not a worried face. So Austin doesn't count. He has a frown on his face, but Austin is mad, not and they're really anguished. Mateo, Albert, and Nave all share the exact same hair. Yeah, they do. Mateo, Alicia, Carlos, and Miguel all have names that have meaning in Spanish. Okay, so now we talked about Mateo. So there's not really any information about his backstory. Just tells us information. So we don't have that much information about Mateo. So now let's go back and check let's check the second character that was also there. Let's check the second character that was Alab. So we know that Alab is the good guy and Thiago's the bad guy. So Alab is the protagonist and Thiago's the antagonist. Because Thiago hurt Mateo. Thiago Thiago did something to Mateo. That's why they're enemies. Thiago's really dangerous, so that's why. And now we have to go. Let's go back. Let's go to Colleen because she's also one of the characters I mentioned. And in the backstory between Alab and Thiago's conflict. Okay. Oh yeah, she has a revamp, but we already know that. Obviously, okay. Information. Colleen is one of the female characters that appear in the game Flickr in regular mode. She can be played when selecting female or random. Appearance. Colleen is depicted as wearing a dark red spaghetti striped crop top and dark red shorts. She has brown hair with hair extensions, a black headband, and the default smile face. Before the 4.2.20 update, she was wearing red headphones and longer hair extensions. Trivia. Colleen is one of the characters that got a revamp on April 2, 2020. Colleen is one of the 9 females added to Flickr on March 20, 2020. She's not a new character. She's kind. Colleen means girl in Gaelic. Colleen is one out of 3 characters with the default face. The others are Alicia, Vinny, Thomas, and Trey before their revamps. Colleen is one of the 2 females that have the cinnamon hair. The other one is Veronica. Oh yeah. So again, it doesn't tell that much about the backstory. You might find stuff about Elena. Like, you guys already know what happened. And she was added, and that's what happened. Okay, now let's look at Elena. Hopefully she has some information about THIAGO being her. I think we should talk about. Let's go to Elena now. Yeah, we already know her revamp. Okay, information. Elena is one of the female characters that appear in the game Flicker in both classic mode and regular mode. She can be played when selecting female at random. Elena is depicted wearing a knee-length gray cardigan, a white halter top, high-rise jean shorts, and white gladiators. She has black curly hair. It's tied into two buns and uses the "Hey" face. Before the 4/2020 update, Lena was depicted wearing her hair tied into one bun, her crop top being longer, and her cardigan went down all the way to her feet. Trivia. Elena is one of the characters that got a revamp on April 22. Elena is one of the 24 females who were added to Flickr in 2018. So Elena is an OG character. Elena means bright or shining light in Greek. Elena is one out of four characters with the hay face. The others are Quasum, Audette, and Rosalie. So there's nothing here that talks about this. Yeah, there's nothing that talks about the backstory. But guys, thank you guys so much for watching. We did see the backstory somewhere else, but I didn't see any information about their story in the Flickr fandom. But at least we know what happened, the reason why. So now we know that why ALAB and THIAGO had a conflict, and we now finally know the answer that ALAB is the protagonist and THIAGO is the antagonist. And Thiago and Thiago has had a person he loved, and then she was gone, which was Elena. Thiago loved Elena, and then probably she left Thiago. And Alab has two brothers, and we know that Alab is disabled, but we don't know why he is disabled. Probably might not talk about more of this because we already know the conflict. We don't know. We don't need to know why Alab is disabled. But now we know that Alab has two brothers named Mateo and Colleen, and we know that Diego was the one who hurt Mateo. So Diego is the antagonist, and he's a bad guy. He's really he's a really bad guy. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll post more news, and I might post Jordan revamp a little later because I want to find more stories that are short. Because Jordan's backstory and has a lot of characters to it, and the revamp. So, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this backstory between Alab and Thiago's conflict. I'll see you guys in the next video. Might talk about Jordan. Might search for more stories, or we might talk about Jordan's backstory and the characters that I also have a long backstory. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. Bye guys. Peace out.